Hello ladies and gents and welcome to the Sheffield United way. Wow, I've just watched Leicester City 2, Sheffield United 3 and I've got my microphone really close to my mouth because I am right next to a road and yeah, luckily we have got this because you probably wouldn't hear me otherwise. Anyway, what a crazy game that was. Such a game of two halves, or really we put ourselves in that fantastic position from the 4th minute. Now, even before the game last night, I was looking at the scores. I wasn't necessarily watching Oxford versus Ipswich, and I'm like, oh fantastic, we're 4th bottom, we're out of the bottom 3, and then I saw that it was 1-1 and I was like, for God's sake, I can't believe that we're back in the bottom 3 and then we've got to go away to Leicester. And then I woke up this morning, looked at the score, and it was 2-1 to Oxford how it finished. And I'm thinking, we've literally got to win this game of football, I think, to get out of the bottom 3. And, you know, when we got out of the bottom 3, I'm thinking, hopefully we never see that bottom 3 again. Obviously we did, but not for long, because the Blades today took it to Leicester from minute 1. And that's what I hope we'd done. And I said in the match reaction to the Portsmouth game that if we take it to Leicester City, I can see us getting 3 points from that game. It was maybe more hope than expectation, because looking at Leicester's team sheet, it's just ridiculous. Just an embarrassment of riches what they've got. I was looking as they were kind of walking out and I'm thinking, these are some incredible play. Even Begovic in the goal, like, yes, he wasn't very good today, but Begovic in the goal, you remember him from being a Premier League player for such a long time. Ricardo Pereira, I remember him as a fantastic right back. They've got two seemingly very strong centre backs, but I've spoken to lots of Leicester fans recently who are saying, because I've been asking the question about Harry Souttar, and they're saying we need to give him a go. We need to actually play him because at the moment their centre-backs are not doing the job that they should be. And clearly that happened again today. But Winks, I know Skip was on the bench, but Ayew on the bench as well. Like, they've got a great bench as well to come off and to come on and you know, try and get them back in the game, which is exactly what they did today. But we're going into this game thinking, do you know what? A point would be fantastic today. I know that Leicester haven't been too good this season, and they are a bit of a wounded animal, as I said in the last match reaction. But, you know, we did take it to them, and, you know, we got that. We got the luck. Not luck. Yeah, there were a bit of luck in there. Let's be honest, there were a lot of luck in the first 2 goals. And when I say luck, I mean more poor defending from Leicester, because I'm now trying to think of the first 2 goals, because that Peck goal is just stuck in my mind and it's the winning goal. That's fantastic. I've only just thought about that now. It's only just dawned on me that Peck's third that put us 3-0 up was the winning goal, and it's so deserved to be the winning goal. And technically you could call his penalty against Portsmouth the winning goal, because it was they didn't score any goals and we scored 3 and he scored the first. So let's just say Sidney Peck has scored the winning goal in the last 2 games. No, he was fantastic again for especially the first half. And that goal, I've been saying for such a long time that Sidney Peck has got a good strike on him, and when he scores 1, he's going to go on and score more and more and more. And that's 2 in 2 games. That's fantastic to see. It really is. But the first goal, I've been biding my time. Like, I'm a professional. I've been biding my time to think of the first 2 goals. And obviously Tom Cannon scoring after just 1 or 2 minutes. What a calamity really from them. And I think it was Winks that was messing around with it in the box after, you know, it came in and it looked like there were a good chance. It looked like it had gone, and then O'Hare's trying to, you know, put it goalwards, and then it's a bit of a scramble. And Winks just messes about with it way too much. And then the ball ends up getting to Tom Cannon, and he fires it underneath the goalkeeper. You couldn't write it really, could you? Especially how he's not exactly set the world alight coming to Bramall Lane from Leicester, scoring against his old club. And he'll be going home tonight, absolutely buzzing about that. He's got to be. Underneath Begovic, good finish, good strikers finish that. I think maybe a midfielder or a defender would try to either smash that and it goes a little bit higher and gets blocked by either a defender or a goalkeeper, but it keeps it low, keeps it hard, and it's underneath the goalkeeper for 1-0. And we're buzzing, and we're coming back again and back again and back again, and we're giving it to them. And then the ball's in the box. It gets headed back in from Callum O'Hare, knocked back out, and Callum O'Hare on the edge of the box hits a sort of volley. There's not a lot of pace on it, in all honesty, but it's edging towards that corner, and I'm thinking, is this just going to sneak in here? Because Begovic, he clearly was unsighted on this one. And it's a great effort, shall we say. And really, if the goalkeeper is sighted, he saves this. But who cares? Nobody cares. It's a good strike from Callum O'Hare. Obviously, the keeper being unsighted has really helped him here. And it ends up right in that bottom corner. And we're going off celebrating 2-0 up after 4 minutes. When was the last time that happened to us? Let us know in the comments. Not the last time we scored 2 in 4 minutes. The last time we were 2-0 up after 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, I think it's technically called. Let us know in the comments right now. And also let us know what you thought about the game as a whole, because, you know, it was as a whole. You can't even say, oh, we deserve that or they deserve something out of the game, because it was such a game of two halves. We were the much better side in the first half, and really for me, their passing in the second half just was taken up to such a high level after they scored that goal just after half time, because in the first half their passing was atrocious. It was too hard, it was too soft, it was too far away from the player. They were passing the ball out of play, they were passing it straight to us. Their passing football was awful. And straight away, conceding 2 goals so early, and also, you know, the fact that they couldn't string 2 passes together just really solidified the fact that this is the reason why they're where they are. And I'm not saying they're super low down in the table, but they've been really poor recently. They conceded 3 against Southampton in the last game. They conceded 3 against us today at home. And let's be honest, even though we have scored 6 goals in 2 games, one was against Wednesday, who were ultra poor, and one was against Portsmouth, who had a man sent off. So we've gone to Leicester and we're like, we're going to put this right. People can't keep saying that we're only scoring goals and winning games because of, you know, accentuating reasons. So we've gone to Leicester today, taken it to them, and we've reaped the rewards. I can't remember when the third goal came, about half an hour, something like that, but the ball comes out to Peck. He volleys it, and he volleys it in the perfect place, as in, that's exactly where Peck wanted to put this volley. And quite often, normally when players miss-hit volleys, they end up going in the back of the net. This time, Peck hit it exactly where he wanted to hit it, and it went in the back of the net. Such a fantastic finish. I don't know whether this ends up in the back of the net if Peck doesn't score that penalty in midweek, or doesn't get given the penalty in midweek. My sister was saying to me that, you know, that doesn't... She was saying that she wanted that goal today to have been Peck's first goal for United. And it might not have happened like that if that was the case. But Peck obviously got that confidence from scoring that penalty. And it was a really good penalty, I must admit, against Portsmouth. But the volley was even better. That was an absolute stormer of a finish. What a strike. And like I said, that's the one that won the game. But we go into half-time, 3-0 up. Leicester not in this game at all. I can't remember them having a shot in the first half, or even having a meaningful attack. It was all us. They had a lot of possession, a hell of a lot of possession, but they did nothing with it. Nothing with it at all. The second half changed. And if it wasn't for this goal going in so early, I don't think Leicester would have, you know, booked their ideas up so quickly. But after that goal went in, their tails were up and they were ready for war. They were ready to go and go and go. And they were so much better in that second half. And we ended up being a bit like Leicester, where we were like, just kicking the ball anywhere, just trying to get it out. There were a few bobbles in our box that we just needed to get rid of, and it was very stressful, that second half. But that goal obviously came from a really good deep cross, but Michael Cooper makes an absolute hash of this. You've got to admit, he comes for it. You either come for it or you don't come for it. That's it. There's two things you do here. And he comes for it, and he's nowhere near it. And I don't know whether he's misjudged the flight of the ball or whether he's gone for the ball and then thought, I'll just leave it to go out for a throw-in. Oh, sorry, a goal kick. And he doesn't realise that, the player stood behind him and heads it into an open net. So I don't know if that happened, what the case was. Michael Cooper's the only one that can tell us that. Let us know in the comments if you actually have an idea of what he did there. But that's my assumption. He either came out, wanted to let it go, or he came out and misjudged it. And it just seemed so lackadaisical when it had gone past him. It's like, yeah, that's fine. And it's not fine because there's a man stood right behind you. Obviously, then they scored another goal from James, who picks the ball up from, 30 yards out or whatever it was. He hits it. He's got a bit of a swerve on it. And Cooper obviously goes early to anticipate where the ball's going, and it swerves back on him. And I can't say that I'm definitely not a professional goalkeeper, but I can't say for certain what he should have done here, whether he's gone too early or whether he goes early and then you should get a hand across and try and get something on it. But he doesn't end up far away from his hand or too far away from his hand. So I don't know whether this is a Michael Cooper mistake. It looks like a Michael Cooper mistake from where I was sat. But yeah, I don't really want to say Michael Cooper's made 2 mistakes in this game and that could have cost us dearly today. But that's what it looked like. And especially as Michael Cooper, I think that's 3 clean sheets on the bounce before today. And he's going to concede goals. That's absolutely fine. I understand that. But you don't want them to be, his fault. I want to see someone hit a screamer into the top corner. I want to see a pet goal against us. I don't want to see Michael Cooper making mistakes. And for me, I do feel like those were 2 mistakes he made. But then it was just squeaky bum time for the rest of the game. I don't actually remember a time when I thought Leicester were definitely going to score. But they had the ball in our box a lot. They had a lot of touches in our box. And luckily, I don't know whether that's from good defending from the boys or whether that's from poor attacking from Leicester. But, we tried to shut up shop. We went 1 up front. Bamford just chasing stuff. Large parts of that second half, we had 11 men behind the ball. And I suppose when you've not been too good this season, when you've not picked up too many points this season, you want to keep that run going. And whatever you can do to keep that ball out of the net, that's what you've got to do. And I feel like that's what they did today. What we did do well, we used our bench well. We brought on players to come on for fatiguing players when we needed to. Maybe we could have brought them on a touch earlier. I'm not saying before the goal, but maybe a few minutes earlier because it felt like they wilted and they were struggling not just physically but mentally as well because after that goal went in, it was panic stations because that's what's happened this season a lot. And I was saying earlier on in the day that the last time we won 2 games in a row, I think, was when we went to Preston and went 2-0 up and then threw it away. So all we needed to do is make sure we didn't throw it away today, and that's exactly what we did. So that's what I'm happy about. That's 3 wins on the bounce, 2 away from home, 1 at home. I think we've got Stoke at home next, which is going to be a big test because Stoke are really, really good this season. I didn't expect them to be, but I don't know why, because they've got some really good players, a good manager, and they're going to come and take it to us, and we're going to have to stand up against that and try and get a 4th win in 4. And I'm excited for that because we've played, like I said earlier, we played Leicester, who are out of form. We've played Wednesday, who've got bare bones. We've played a Portsmouth side who were down there with us and had a man sent off. So I think we're playing well at the moment, and I think, it's going in the right direction. However, the big test is against somebody really good. And Stoke have shown that they're really good this season. We're actually really good against Coventry as well away from home. We lost 3-1, but that could have easily been a 1-0 win or a 1-1 or something like that. So we've stood up to the test against Coventry. We've stood up. Obviously, we've more than stood up to the test in the last 3 games, scoring 9 goals. That's incredible. So we need to not lose against Stoke. I'm not saying that I want us to draw or I'm hoping for a draw. I'm hoping for a win. But what we need to do against Stoke is we need to not let them run through us, not let them have an easy day at the office. And who knows what could happen if we win that game, the next game that we play. Because we've got Norwich and then I think West Brom. If we beat Stoke and then we have Norwich in midweek and manage to beat them because they're playing poor at the moment, that could be 5 wins on the bounce. Now, I'm not predicting that because football's not like that. You never know. Norwich could come to United. They could score a penalty or something and then, could shut up shop and we might struggle to break them down. That's football. That happens a lot. So I'm not expecting anything, but 3 wins on the bounce is absolutely magnificent for the boys. We're now 19th in the league, which is, I think, the highest we've been all season, because I think we've spent most of the season rock bottom, or at least in the bottom 3. So being 19th in the league feels like a dream right now. And we just need to keep this going and keep moving up that division because we've got the players to do this. We've got the manager to do this. And now, we seem like we've got the confidence to do this as well. Hopefully Michael Cooper sorts himself out for the next game and he's not too hard on himself and he, just chalks it off as a bad day at the office and we go again against Stoke City. It's enjoyable watching the Blades win games of football, isn't it? Thanks for watching, ladies and gents, and I'll see you very, very soon. Up them Blades.